Hi, friends. Slight change in scenery as I'm back home in New York City. But speaking of back home, this practice today is all about being back home in yourselves, the stomach and spleen meridian lines. All you'll need is a comfortable place to practice. Lots of props, pillows, blocks, bolsters, whatever you have will do. When you're ready, we'll get started. Slowly transition into a wide-kneed child's pose. So we'll bring big toes together to touch. You can set your props to the side, uncurl the toes, tops of the feet press down, and you want to just open the knees just as wide as they'll go. Maybe play around a little bit and see any discomfort in the knees, either the fronts or the backs. You could always use a towel or a blanket and just bring it behind the knees or underneath the knees. And then slowly, I'll do it facing you guys. Walk the palms of the hands forward, really press down, root down, feel the hips shift back. And then we'll start on the right side first. So left hand's gonna anchor you, right arm's gonna lift up, big in breath. And then exhale, right arm's gonna reach all the way through. And you're gonna slowly lower that right temple to the left palm of the hand. So there's a gentle twist into the spine here. You're going to keep anchoring the toes into the floor, anchoring the hips into the heels. And you feel just that gentle rinsing or wringing of the muscles on either side of the spine. And make sure you're really relaxing the head. So you let gravity do the work here. You feel that scooping under of the right shoulder, so you're breathing in and around that right shoulder blade. This is a slightly shorter hold as we start out. We're just kind of easing into the stomach and the spleen meridian line, so not anxious to wake everything up right away, just easing into it gently. Relax the right fingertips and just feel the sinking of the back of the right hand, the right forearm, the right shoulder, your points of contact into the floor. If you want to take it slightly deeper, you can lift the head. Maybe your pillow goes underneath. Keep the weight into the right shoulder. Keep relaxing the head and the neck so it's just a slightly more intense wringing out sensation or rinsing out sensation. Keep the breath moving freely all the way to the belly, expanding through the ribs to the heart space. You might feel the gentle pull through the inseams of the legs, the inner groin. For most of us, this will be plenty. You'll feel really good just lingering here. If you're wanting to take it a bit deeper or explore what that deeper would be, left arm's going to lift up. The thumb is going to turn away from the body, and then you're going to reach and maybe rest that hand to the lower back, or you can reach it around and hug the inner right thigh. If that brings any unwanted pressure into the right shoulder or any discomfort into the neck, you'd be willing to release out of that and come back a step or 2 steps. Go another 10 breaths here. See if you can soften the eyelids, let go of any intense gaze anywhere, and begin to transition that gaze inwards. So noticing where you feel sensations in your body. We linger in these poses, these YIN poses. That's the cooler side of your practice. We're not trying to build heat in any way. We're just trying to tap into these deep regions of the body. If you're hugging with the left palm to that right thigh, begin to release. Slowly track that left hand back and around, left palm to the floor. Last 3 breaths in this positioning. Good. Slowly lifting the head, left palm presses down, right arm reaches up, big inhale. Exhale, right hand goes down, shifts the pillow because we'll start out the exact same way on the other side. Left arm lifts up, big breath in. Exhale, left arm reaches through all the way, reach, reach, reach. When you can't go any farther, left shoulder down, right hand is a little pillow underneath that left temple. And then you just arrive into this wide-kneed child's pose with a twist. This is about a 2.5 minute hold, and we'll take it step by step just as we did on the other side. And do allow the eyelids to soften, the jaw to relax, maybe part the teeth and feel the tongue just kind of settling to the side of the mouth or behind the teeth. Relax the left fingers. And back of the hand is heavy into the floor, back of the forearm, that left shoulder. And then we'll incorporate the pillow if you did underneath the left temple or the right temple on the other side. And then those right fingertips will press down. Imagine you have a tennis ball underneath the hand, pressing the fingers and then drawing that right shoulder on top of the left shoulder so you get a bit more wringing out. You can adjust so you find your edge. There's a lot of nice little pressure points in the fingertips, so you get a little extra activation to the body. And then just checking in where you feel sensations, and you use those sensations just to connect yourself to this moment, to connect yourself to your body, to arrive fully and completely just in yourself, at home in yourself. You're welcome to stay here, or if you want to reach the right arm up, turn the thumb away from the body. Either relax the hand to the lower back, or you can reach around and hug the thigh. And keep relaxing those left fingertips. Maybe close the eyes, relax the jaw. You might be really feeling the inseams of your legs now. That's a really beautiful activation for the body. So we dive into these meridian lines. So where energy or chi moves through the body, specific lines that connect to energetic qualities and energetic regions. And for this instance, we're focusing the stomach and the spleen. The spleen line goes right in the inseams of the legs, so you should really be enjoying a nice activation or sensations just here. Give yourself another 5, 6 breaths. If you're starting to go numb in the toes, that's okay. And the compression in these regions, that kind of slight cutting off of circulation, is actually a really beautiful thing for this yin practice, because as we come out of it, all that circulation will flush back in, just energizing, re-energizing from the inside out. I like to think of a water hose. When you have water coming through a hose and you bend the hose in half, stops that flow, but then when you open it up, it just seems to come back even stronger, more energetic. Slowly release that left thigh if you have it. Right arm's going to reach up, right palm comes down. Give yourself just another breath here, full rinsing and wringing. Good, and then slowly we'll lift the torso up. I could have fallen asleep there, I'm not gonna lie. Left arm lifts up. And then exhale, left hand down, slowly bringing the knees in together. It's a simple reset here. You can shift your props and go ahead and either cushion the knees up if you need a little extra, but we'll lift the feet, circle the ankles. Oh, you feel the circulation flush back in, right? Ah, so good. And then curl the toes under, press the hips back. So it's just a little reset for those ankles. And then forward, lift, circle out. If you want, you can give a little paddle. I love that. Shift the hips from side to side. Bring both legs around. Extend both legs forward. Point the toes, flex the feet. Just give it a nice little shake out. Left leg's going to stay extending forward. Right knee's going to bend around, and then you're going to bring the foot to the outer right hip. Top of that right foot pressing down. If you need to kind of pull that calf muscle to the side so you don't have as much pressure, feel free to do that. We'll come with the pillows behind here. I like to add a bunch of pillows because I love cushions. So option one, flex that left foot just to arrive into it. Palms of the hands press down, fingertips point away. For most of you, this will be plenty. You'll feel that stretch through the front part of the leg, so that's tapping into the stomach meridian line, and you'll lift the heart. If you're really comfortable here with reclining back, you'll slowly ease the body back onto your pillows. There's going to be a slight arch in that lower back. You can step the left foot down, lift the hips, lower down so you're not getting any pull in that lumbar spine. And then relax the left foot, arms up and overhead. You can grab for opposite elbows. Big breath in through the nose. And big breath out. So that stomach meridian line starts at the side of the nose, goes in through the mouth all the way to the stomach, to the spleen, and then down through the front of the leg. So you feel a stretch through the frontal body, and then it's going to end in that second toe. So through the front of the body all the way to that second toe. So maybe you feel it here, maybe you feel it on that left side. You can close the eyes, relax the jaw, hold around the elbows if that feels nice for you. Let the back of the head relax, the shoulders. Notice what you can soften while you're here. And notice where your breath goes. So I really like to focus a deep breath in. And deep breath out. If you feel like you want to point the toe, flex the foot, kind of circle out that extended leg, and just let that left leg extend long and release out. Full breath in. Nice breath in. Nice breath out. Maybe hold at the bottom of the exhale. Feel the navel draw in. The drawing of the ribs in together. And then inhale. Big expansive breath in. Pause at the top of the in-breath. Feel an expansiveness through the ribs, the heart. Stay with that breath as we move in and out. In the body with the mind's eye, just connecting to your sensations, how we nourish ourselves. So a lot of the stomach is all of the stomach is our diet. So what we're taking in, what we're putting into our body, then nourishes our mind, our body, our spirit, all of the essence of us, in turn, our vitality, our energy, our chi. So making a conscious decision as we nourish our bodies in the ways of food or the ways of environment or what we're consuming on the daily with our eyes and our ears and our thoughts and our mouth and our hands, and just finding ways to nourish yourself for harmony. And drink lots of water and let your stomach be pleased as you feed it nourishing foods that then turns into really great energy for the spleen. The spleen takes that nourishment and turns it into your energy and your vitality. And we just want to focus the harmony of the body, how we feel most at home in ourselves, most content. Go another 5-6 breaths here. If you want to switch the cross of the arms, feel free to do that. And feel a heaviness to the body as you linger. And the heaviness releases that energetic need of the body to move and fidget and be doing constantly. And in that stillness, you're able to really tune into the sensations, what you feel vibrating. And that's what we want to tune into for just accessing these energy channels, these meridian lines. If you have a hold of the elbows, slowly bring yourself around. Forearms will press down as we slowly make our way up. If you were upright all along, you're doing great. Slowly transition up into dragon pose. So this is where you might want to drop a towel or a blanket underneath the knee. Pelvis will draw forward, hips will sink down. Fingertips can stay on either side. If you have a block and you want to bring a block underneath the palms of the hands, you're welcome to do that. Relax the shoulders back. Maybe draw the heart forward. You feel yourself even more drawing into the right psoas, that frontal line of the body. That's your, as we said, the stomach line. And if you want, you can bring the hands to that left thigh. It's a little bit more involved. This is a 3-minute hold. I did just check my watch to make sure we're honoring that. Relax the shoulders, lift up through the top of the head. And you find your breath. Noticing if you need an extra cushion. You feel like you can just center yourself. Maybe notice the space between the eyebrows, your third eye, and that's a really great place to focus. Not the drishti, your gaze be slightly ahead, so that external gaze outwards internal gaze, third eye. Let both be soft. Just bringing awareness into the body. Find a natural breath in and out. If at any time you need to place the hands on either side or modify, you're welcome to do that. But notice if it's just an anxiousness in the body to do something or to shift out of a unusual sensation. And it might be slightly a slight feeling of discomfort, but notice what discomfort is in your body. And if it's something that's painful or pressing or pinching or that kind of needle prick idea, be willing to come out of it. But if it's just discomfort because it's an unusual position and you're really stretching into or stressing into the connective tissue around the joints, that might be confronting because of the intensity of it, but it's not out of tune with your body's capabilities. And we linger in something to really stir up those energy channels and those sensations. And we're just about 5, 6 more breaths. And I really love this specific pose because it does stir up a lot. It's very confronting. And slowly bring the palms of the hands down. Don't be too anxious to come out of it. Slowly shift that right hip back. Left knee meets the right knee. Sink the hips back onto the heels. Or you can come upright just to take a pause. You feel that reset and flush of the energy back in. So we'll come into sleeping swan or pigeon pose with the right knee in front. If you're feeling any pain or tenderness in the knees, you can also take deer pose. So deer is just a variation where both knees are bent. So left knee bends, right knee bends, and you're more kind of in this positioning, and maybe it's here that is your degree. If you like sleeping swan, you like to extend that left leg back, you can set it up here. Inhale, lengthen long through the spine, so get that reach through the body. Exhale, brings you forward, palm on palm, or you can utilize those props underneath your body. Pillow is always a nice idea, or you can stay up on the forearms, or you can relax the forehead, whatever's good for your body here. Block underneath the forehead is also a really nice idea. So this is about a 3-minute hold. So really nice moment to settle in. You feel that stretching in and around where your leg connects into your torso. And stretch the stomach here. Breathe into the belly. So thinking these meridian lines in your yin practice go from the top of your head to some placement in and around your toes. And there's always a counterpart. So with the spleen is the stomach, liver, gallbladder, kidneys, urinary bladder. So there's always an air element, earth element, and connecting of the yin and the yang. So always two sides to everything, really. Feel a quieting of the mind and the body. Just enjoying and relishing in stillness, in your breath, and reconnecting to your own internal harmony and the balance. When you're disconnected or you're kind of just out of sorts in your mind and your body, and life is just kind of moving all over the place, you're not really eating to a schedule or sleeping to a schedule, you're really just not in tune with yourself, your home, if you will, your home in your physical space, and then your home in your metaphysical space. So we just look inwards, reconnect. And slowly just press your way up. And you can set your prop to the side, and palms will press down. Begin to transition back. Both legs are going to come forward, and we're going to take that whole sequence on the other side. So both legs forward, palms pressed, give a nice little shake out, paddle out. So right leg's going to stay forward, left knee's going to bend, left foot is just going to rest right on the outside of that left hip. You can adjust a little bit here if you need to kind of shift that left calf to the side. Feel free to do that. And I just like to check that both sits bones are pressing down. And then you begin to lean back, let your heart lift up. And it's just the idea of stretching through the frontal body. So if for you, you're feeling plenty of a stretch and you're really into that quad, this is good. This is great. All you need is right here. If you have the range of motion and it feels really nice to give extra cushion and props and lean all the way back, you'll slowly form, and release. Any discomfort in that lower back, step the right foot down, lift the hip. So it's not about tagging into the connective tissue with the lumbar spine, not for these lines. In actuality, none of the spleen or the stomach lines have anything to do with the lower back or in and around the spine. You want to focus just the stomach area. So kind of that most sensitive place in your body, because you want to tap into the stomach and the spleen. And then, of course, just the line on the front of the body there. So left toenails are pressing down, top of that left foot, top of the left shin. And maybe even take a moment, press that shin bone down, and you feel an extra activation into that left quad. Arms maybe alongside the body, or you can take the arms up and overhead if you did it on the other side. I like to always flex that extended leg first just to arrive. Feel your anchor connective points. Once you feel rooted and stabilized in the body, then just relax the foot. Wiggle the toes out so you release any need to fidget or move. And close the eyes, relax the jaw. Feel a surrendering of the body weight into the floor, into your props, into your skin, into your bones. Start to connect into where you feel your sensations. That conversation of your physical body to your mind. And feel maybe a vibration of where you're connected into the earth or the floor. If your teeth are pressed in together or your jaw feels tight, relax the jaw. Unhinge in the way that your teeth will part. Your tongue relaxes. And speaking of the tongue, so that's actually where your spleen line ends. So your spleen meridian line starts at the medial side of your big toe, so like the inside of your big toe, tracks in through your inseam of the leg, So right alongside or above the liver line, and then it comes into the body, taps into the stomach and the spleen, and then it ends at the root of your tongue. So when I'm in a position where it's a really fine-tuned spleen posture, I like to maybe curl my tongue under or like move it around and like just kind of awaken that ending point of the spleen line. And then breathe deep, because I feel like that breath is also just a tool for excavating. So you're able to just get into the regions of your belly and your body that are often untapped. And just about 10 more breaths here. Feel the softness through the outer edges of your body. Typically, yin is these long held poses just so that you can get into the connective tissue. You get maybe a pressing and stressing into the tissue around the joints, and that just helps to strengthen them long term. And the longer you hold something, the more time it has to really settle in to those inner depths. And we're not about the surface level, the superficial, the like heat of the body. And that's your yang practice, or your fire energy heated practice. This is your cooling and relaxing and nurturing, your feminine side of the practice, that moon side. Give yourself a couple more breaths here. Slowly bringing the arms around, forearms will press down, heart will begin to lift the torso, palms press down here. Take a little pause. And then slowly we'll tip the torso forward, come up into dragon pose. You can make it as graceful a shift as you want. And I'm actually gonna shift the props a bit so I have more space. So right leg in front. Cushion that left knee if you need to. Let the hips sink forward. So option one is arriving here, pelvis sinking down. You're supporting on both sides. You're welcome to stay here, or you can begin to walk the hands up, get more perpendicular the body to the floor. And this is a 3-minute hold that sometimes feels excruciatingly long, but that just tags you in deeper and longer. And then you notice the sensations on that left side, namely in the frontal hip flexor region of that left leg. And lift up through the crown of the head. On your in-breath, the out-breath can sink the hips forward and down. Relax the shoulders wide. Kind of move the head here. And then once again, just focus the mind's eye to that third eye as you settle the gaze comfortably towards the front end of your mat. Inhale at, exhale home. Inhale mantra at, exhale continuing the mantra home. So I'm just sticking with that at home. On the in-breath at, on the out-breath home. And finding the beauty in that mantra. What does that mean to you, being at home in a physical space, a tangible location, or at home in your mind? What does that look like to you or feel like to you? Maybe a reconnection to yourself, to your truest self, to your sense of being, the earth that you're from. Stay with that last handful of breaths. Let the sensations draw you inwards. Let it be really confronting, but welcome that confrontation. Welcome that discomfort. Sit with it. Notice it. Don't let it consume you. Last 2 breaths. Feel yourself supported and rooted, and even in discomfort, you are at home. You're centered, exactly where you need to be. Slowly bring the palms of the hands down. Shift out as you shift back. Both knees in together. Sink the hips back onto the heels or sit on a prop. Palms pressed down. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe. Reset. Moment to moment transitions. Nothing lasts forever, but it can be really consuming, so we want to push our way out of it. But you just want to breathe and center and reconnect. And the more sensations and discomfort you feel, maybe the more out of sorts your body was. So we're just realigning. Can be really confronting. Slowly come forward. Left knee is gonna come to the top, right behind that left wrist. You have the option for that dragon once again, like such. I'm gonna just shift my pillows up. Right leg can extend back if that's comfortable for your body. Adjust, adjust, adjust. Uncurl the toe. Press the fingertips. Inhale as you lift up. And then exhale. I'm going to give a little extra under the forearms. Coming down here. Relax the shoulders. Shake out the head and the neck. We know when the spleen and the stomach meridians are out of balance, it just creates this uncertainty and confusion and just really like a stubbornness to the way of thinking, like very dogmatic sort of thinking, like a really and so as we're here just rebalancing, reharmonizing into the body, balancing the spleen and the stomach lines just to feel more centered and more at home in ourselves. It's also nice to think like when I'm thinking when the spleen or the stomach is out of balance, you can feel very inflexible, obsessive, almost just a very dogmatic way of thinking. You're kind of stuck in your own ways. When it's in balance, you're more open to ideas and adapting and moving with the rhythms and the flows of life and other thoughts, outside thoughts, and just being very curious and open to the world. So, as you can imagine, balance is very important. Balancing your inner workings so that you can show up fully for yourself and show up fully for others. Leaning into the world in just the best version of yourself. We'll go another 10 breaths here and 10 breaths, usually about a minute, just breathing nice and easy. Breathing in, breathing out. Noticing where you feel this in the body, what you're awakening through the inseams of the legs. Last 3-4 breaths. And I'll tell you, when I do a yin practice just on my own, my eyes are generally closed the whole time, and I set a timer, and it's just you turn inwards, and it's such a beautiful practice just to be in yourself and your thoughts and surrendering all of the need to overthink and overdo and obsess about life and things that maybe you don't have so much control over. Lessen the worry and rebalance. Slowly begin to make your way upwards. Transition back into that child's pose or sit on the heels. Take a moment here to just relax the head, movement from side to side. Keep that internal movement of energy and that internal kind of flow anchoring you down. Or I'm going to turn around, so we'll do a full-on Virasana or saddle pose. So feet for this one will go to the outside. You can sit on a pillow if that's too intense for the legs in any way, or you can sit on the floor if that's comfortable. You might want to just adjust the calf muscles out. And you find your way, and maybe you're here. If you're getting here and it's way too intense, you can come into a Sphinx pose like such, and this might be really nice for you. And it works a lot of juicy bits on the inner body. Option 2 is to go into that fully seated saddle pose. Same way as that single-legged, where you'll press the palms down, lift the hips slightly, scooch the tailbone forward, and then maybe you begin to come into the forearms, or you come all the way back. Arms can go alongside the body. You can grab for opposite elbows, even here. And then even here, I like to press into the shin bones, lift the hips slightly, and then settle down. Close the eyes, relax the jaw. Feel the breath filling up the belly, the ribs, in and around the heart. Pause at the top. Exhale, surrender the breath. Feel the navel drawing in towards the back body. Pause at the bottom of the out breath, and go ahead and just feel that swishing around of the belly. And you kind of massage around by way of your out breath. And then in breath once again. And the out breath. Also, while I'm here, I like just visualizing the stomach. And imagine it's, how it holds that soft pink look of it, and it's, a vessel for the food that you take in. And imagine you're just going in with a little toothbrush and you're kind of scrubbing it super clean and polish it up and just let it get all ready for, I guess, your next meal, what you're going to take in and nourish your body with. Bringing awareness to how you nourish your body, what you nourish your body with. And after you eat, do you feel tired? And if you do, your digestion is going crazy. You should really What you should eat should give you energy. So take notice if what you're eating isn't giving you energy, it's making you tired. Most likely you're eating the wrong thing. But notice when you eat something and it gives you great energy just to do all the things that you want to do. And often we poison our bodies and we don't even realize it. We grow up eating a certain way. People feed us because they love us and they give us the things that they love, like cakes and cookies and lots of burgers and things like that. But just notice if it's not giving you energy, it's not nourishing you. And on the contrary, when you're tired, it just throws your whole body out of balance. Reflecting is a powerful tool. You don't have to change overnight, but making gradual changes that really show your body that you love it and show your being that you love and appreciate it. That's harmony. That's rebalance. Give yourself another 4, 5, 6 breaths here. How powerful can you make those last 2 breaths for your body, for those meridian lines that are connected to your stomach and your spleen? With gratitude, you breathe deep. With gratitude, you release the breath, sweep the arms around if the arms are up overhead. Press the forearms down, lift the body here, come up and over into tabletop. Lift the feet, circle the ankles, and pedal it out. And we'll transition into the second to the last yin posture, which is going to be a wide-legged forward fold. If you want to sit on a pillow, elevate the seat so you feel the tilting of the torso forward, or that tipping of the torso forward, you're welcome to do that. Just kind of adjust. I like to press at the hips, shift forward because that really draws you into the inseams of the legs. Relax the feet because it's a completely passive pose here, and walk the hands forward. Relax the shoulders down, and maybe this is plenty for you. If you have a couple blocks and you want to Lego stack them up and just relax the forehead onto it, you're welcome to do that. Or you can take a pillow and then the pillow can go underneath the forehead so you can just feel released and relaxed here. You can also bring the forearms down and just take a nice surrender to the body. Check out the head and the neck. Feel the sits bones pressing down, rooting down. Relax the shoulders. And then just take a moment to visualize the space on the medial side of the big toes and track that all the way through the inseams of the legs. So that's your spleen meridian line. Let it go into the belly, tapping into your spleen and your stomach. And use that connection to focus your breath in and around those regions. Find your breath to the belly, the stomach. Relax the thoughts in the brain. If you notice things keep popping up, just take a breath in, think at, breath out, home. And always being able to come back into that mantra, just reconnecting to yourself. And relax the toes, relax the feet so the heels feel heavy into the floor. It's a really beautiful rebalance for your system and your cycle. It's finding some harmony within the spleen, that owner of digestion and your blood reservoir. That all the usable goodies that you have is sent to the spleen, and from the spleen it's turned into your energy. Another 10 breaths here. If you're on the beginning of your cycle, this is such a beautiful practice to incorporate. Just balancing into that blood reservoir of your spleen, re-harmonizing. If you find you have a little bit more space that you want to move into, you can press at the seat and draw it forward. If you have a little bit more space that you want to move into, you can press at your seat. Draw it a little bit more open, so you might find like a little centimeter of space, but something more you can edge into. Relax the feet once again, shake out the head and the neck, and then we'll go 10 breaths. And with the weight of the body, just release into the floor. Feel your breath moving freely in and out. Noticing what stirs up for you. And letting go of whatever it is that doesn't serve you anymore. An old way of thinking, a confused state of mind, an out of sort behavior, and let yourself come back home to yourself. Using this time to connect inwards, to reconnect and just re-energize your chi from the inside out. The ancients believed you were born with a certain amount of chi, and just throughout life, it depletes in various ways. We want to utilize bringing and balancing that chi in the body, spending time in nature, nourishing with foods, creatively, harmoniously with other people, just feeling the most vital, the most vitality, just feeling and harnessing into your ultimate vitality. Slowly bringing yourself upright, arriving behind the knees. Ooh, slowly bring the legs in together. Let the legs extend out in front, and then we'll set up for a final Shavasana. So you can use all of your props and pillows and all that good stuff, or I simply like to put a blanket over Actually, you'll do a blanket and this tiny little pillow friend. And go set out. Just give yourself permission to take up space. The blanket's a nice gentle weight on the body, a nice cover for warmth as well. And let the arms go wide, let the legs go wide. And actually, I like to add a extra pillow on the stomach, just a little extra weight, just connecting me into the stomach and spleen meridians in that last focused effort. We'll relax the jaw, relax the eyes. Breath in through the nose, and breath out the mouth. Breath in through the nose, breath out the mouth. Last one, breath in. Hold at the top, hold, hold, hold. Open the mouth, exhale, Shavasana. You're welcome to stay here longer, honoring your own rhythms of your body, noticing that rebalance of energy for your spleen and your stomach. If you're ready to move on, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a gentle roll to the left side and pause. The left side indicating the yin side of your practice, that cooling, feminine, moon energy side. Slowly finding your way into a comfortable seat. Bringing the palms together to your heart space. Bowing the chin to the chest. Taking a moment here of gratitude for the rebalance of your body. That feeling of being connected and rooted to yourself, anchored in your own clarity of being, of purpose, just realigned to your own intentions. As always, thank you for your time and your energy. Namaste.